Alright, hello and welcome everyone. So, right here, going to be going through our deck tech for the Gruul Storm list, going to be playing in the Modern Challenge today. So, of course, kind of the basics here, kind of what's been the general shell with 9 fetches, 6 fetchables in the 4 Stomping Ground, 2 Mountains. Um, and then, of course, we have the Dragon's Rage Channeler, Underworld Breach, Rituals, 4 Desperate, 4 Pyretic, 4 Morphos, 4 Narcomancer, 4 Abundant Harvest as our 4 cantrips, 4 Strike and Rich to also kind of up our mana count and enable our 15 lands. And then I'm also on 3 Mishra's Bauble instead of 4, kind of shaved 1 there, since I fit in 2 Reckless Impulse in my build. I've been a big fan of this. It's kind of a nice little mini velocity relay that you can play on the turn you're kind of going off, which is really nice, and also just kind of a nice turn two play. So something there when we're just like, oh, if I don't have a turn two an Archimancer, but it would be a matchup where we'd like to do that, we can instead just have Reckless Impulse. So we have like 6 of that effect, kind of nice. Then I also run 2 Wish, so shaved 1 Relay, and then also on 3 Grape Shot. So I have the ability to wish for either a Grape Shot, an Aria, Galvanic Relay, Empty the Warrens, kind of the main wish targets here. Of course, we can, in a pinch, wish for a Lightning Bolt or a Veil of Summer if it's relevant. Heck, even a land drop with Beseju. But yeah, and then we have Gigantha, of course, as our companion. But yeah, so that's kind of the main gist of it. And then for the sideboard, really we only have a few cards we're boarding in more of the time. So one 3 Lightning Bolt here. So of course we want to have generalized answers to creatures. They can also go upstairs since we are running a bunch of Grape Shots. So given that we have that, so hey, we can just randomly flip the script sometimes and be an LOL burn deck. Also, we have Veil of Summer here, and this is, of course, counter any kind of opposing blue decks that will want to board in a bunch of counter spells for us, so we can kind of push some stuff through. Against the black decks that also have discard, this also is kind of nice, so we can kind of shave down on some Abundant Harvest, since we also get to board in 2 Besejus. This is kind of our catch-all for any artifacts, enchantments. And also doubling as a land drop is really nice for us. So it's kind of the, oh, you didn't draw your piece of hate. So it's not just, oh, we have this dead card in our hand, since, we don't really have the ability to have too many dead draws with how much kind of card draw we have and card advantage. And then, of course, have 3 copies of Empty the Warren. So I can board in 2 of these when I want. So kind of, again, kind of really circumventing the graveyard when I really want to, especially post board. Since I have gone back up to the 4th Breach main and down to 2 Wish from my older builds for non familiar. Since, post board, people are going to have a lot of crazy amounts of graveyard hate, even endurance, stuff like that. So we really can't counteract. So I don't want to be kind of priced into drawing like multiple breaches on those types of draws, since there it's really hard to engineer really much of anything. And then just kind of sidestep a little bit with Empty the Warrens, and it also buys a lot of time. And it's just like, good to play some sub games with that as well. So that is it for my deck tech here, and hope to see y'all around. Take care. All right, hello and welcome to round 1 here, everyone. Modern Challenge. So playing Gruul Storm. Oh, oh, PLHF component as well. So with this, so we are on the play. Do this. Kill our Jagantha. Boom. Oh wow. And we have 2 lands. Nice turn to Galvanic Relay for 2 if we want. Or even more if we draw a Beckett Rich, which could be really nice actually. So put more cards in our graveyard for our Underworld Breach, which really would like to heal up pretty quick. But let's see. What's our opponent do? Well, that sucks. They are living ending us, so not great. Since turn 1 grief means, like, you know, also then when they cast the living end, it's a bit of a problem. But definitely means next turn I'm going for a relay. Or they have 2 griefs. That is a problem. But they had 3. Wow. Okay. Well, they didn't take both relays, so okay. We do have fighting chance, I think, if we get a bit lucky. But they left us with just enough, I think. I don't think they made bad choices or anything. It's more what we were given. Still have the ability to do some stuff. Come on. Alright, so ritual. Bobble. And I kind of want to hold back one of the rituals because that's kind of what you almost want to hit on the relay anyway. So I'm gonna just exile 3. Okay, those aren't bad. So we exiled 3 cards that aren't bad. What are you drawing, opponent? Cardless Agent. You are living end like we suspected. Your turn. So basically, like right here, kind of what my game plan is to get up to 4 mana, think of an Underworld Breach kind of draw before they're able to double grief us again. It's going to be a big problem. Like, luckily, we'll be able to be kind of in top deck mode though, because I'm going to be able to strike at Rich and Manamorphose and play a land this turn, thanks to our Galvanic Relay from last turn. So here we'll draw a card. All right, so we drew the Underworld Breach. That was actual perfect. I just have to hope they don't have the Force of Negation. So, yes. Yes, cast Morphos. Green, red. Cool. Heretic. Breach. Please. So I'm hoping that this resolves because if this happens, then we're able to do all the stuff, I think. Do we get there? Or they have the Force of Negation, which is really bad. Okay. So I'm actually not going to cast Grape Shot here since I can cast Dragon's Rage Channeler. And now Dragon Ridge. So let's see what we can do. Alright. I'm going to put that in my graveyard. And say go. What did they exile with that? I should double check. Alright, they exiled Shardless Agent. So they alright, so right now they don't have a definitive Cascade. Because they only have 1 card, so they'd have to draw a land Cascade spell. Alright. We might still be good. Cool. Well, might as well do this pre-combat just in case weird stuff happens. Always yield. Alright, that can go to the graveyard. We're just looking for payoffs here. Alright, attack for 3. So next turn we're going to grab Jagantha if we need to. I'm on Underworld Breach. Opponent has nothing. I'm down with that. So far we're doing okay. All right, they're cycling again. If they ever get stuff off, we're really in bad shape. Uh-oh, that's not good. The shot got in. Is that shardless? All right. Sure. All right. Um, kind of top deck or bust. Yeah, we need to top deck, and they also get to Architects of Willis, so really not great. But we will see what we can do here. Oh, because they're targeting us. Yeah. Uh-oh. Cascade, sure. Draw land. Yep, we're dead. Unfortunate. So we'll be back for game 2 here. What do I want? I definitely want the Veil of Summers. Seiju's great. I'm gonna shave one of the Underworld breaches here because it's kind of a bit awkward. You know, they're gonna have a Leyline of the Void a lot of the time, so don't want to get kind of caught with that. Shave some Abundant Harvest since I'm boarding in the 2 Besagers again since they have Leylines, and also then we can just you know, gonna play it as a land, which is pretty nice. So then we're down to 61 here. Yeah, I think with the ley lines and the Galvanics being so good against like all of their discard and whatnot, yeah, I'll board boarding down to 2 breach since they'll just have so many ways, and they also run the endurance in the sideboard as well. So pretty cool there. But yeah, so we'll be ready here for game 2. All right, hello and welcome everyone. We're here for game 2. Would like to play first. Jagatha. Keep. All right, this hand's not too bad. So, do 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 do. All right, they have double leyline. That is a problem. Luckily, we have wish, so I'm not actually as worried as normal here. So since we have the wish, we can like go get an empty if we need it. Is always good. I'm actually gonna put that in the graveyard. Since we're kind of on the hunt for an Anarchomancer, I believe. So if we can get an Anarchomancer, like we also have access to our graveyard at the moment. So and even just like flipping over creatures, like more Dragon's Rage Chandlers into the yard, it's great. Kind of nullifies their just put a big creature into play type living in shenanigans. You know, if we get lucky there that they don't have the grief or something. Well, they do have the grief, so get wrecked. Take my veil. Not sure. Are you taking my Veil of Summer? That is the big question. No, taking my ritual. Okay, so I guess they don't have a counter spell or some other way to interact with blue or green. So, or sorry, black or blue. So that's good to note. We'll pay life there, and we have 4 card types, so we get to just attack for 3. Can't complain with that. So your turn, opponent. So next turn, if we draw a land, do we get to do anything? Like Grape Shot here is really just dead. So they're not going to put a creature into play, of course, until after Living End goes off, so Grief would be able to take it, and they have ley lines out. But again, let's draw a breach. An old breach. No, that's not bad. So I'm actually going to Morphos here. See what we get. Since we get to put that in my graveyard. Probably should have ordered down on one grape shot then. Yeah, we have green red. Okay. Green red again. Alright, we will say green red. Reckless Impulse. I get to flip with Dragon's Rage Channeler. Okay, are they cycling? Trying to hit a force? Or just F6ing? Ooh, this is our turn 3. I don't mind putting that on top. I don't mind hitting a land. Oh, that was perfect. Yeah, I can cast both. Get max mana for next turn. I really don't care about the Boseiju because I'd have to hit both to kill both ley lines, so I might as well just search for a card that lets me win the game, like empty or something, rather than that. So that's why I'm on that train at the moment. Yeah. Uh-oh. So I have to Veil of Summer here. Alright, that's Galvanic Relay. I'll draw that. What are they going to do on my turn? That is the big question. So they might just if they do cast a living end on my turn, then oh okay, they're living ending right now. Interesting. Well, I really need to hit something good. Am I dead on board? That is the big question. So if I'm not, then they have no cards in hand. So if I'm able to next turn do enough to where I can, let's see. So I'm at 17. Yeah, I might have a shot here because I can galvanic relay through the top three. So it's not going to be relevant that I'm going to draw a dud, and I'll be up to 5 mana, so I can grape shot possibly 2 creatures. Ooh, wow. Yeah, so we will ritual. Then I'm at 17, and I take 5 plus 4, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if I can kill both of these, that's enough. And I'm at 6, so I can Galvanic Relay for 3. Yeah, Galvanic Relay for 3 cards. And then kill 2 Griefs here. F6 through. And hope for the best. So we're at not dead to what they have on board. If they cast Violent Outburst, though, we die. So if they top deck that. But not much we can do about that. Alright, we are at 3. Let's see. We only had a Pyretic Ritual. No. So we only had an Archomancer there. We had that, so unfortunately here we die. But so we'll be right back for round 2. Thanks everyone. Peace. Alright, hello and welcome to round here everyone. So lose the first match, but let's see if we can bounce back. Gigantha. Dun dun dun. So we are. Ooh, we're definitely keeping this. Opponent is also on Gigantha. We are in the play. If we get to strike it rich, bobble them. Definitely nothing playing about here. I have the Arid Mesa, Fetch Sack, Stomping Ground. Yes, I will life, strike it rich. Oop, don't want to cast the other one. Do want to cast Mishra's Bauble though. What's the opponent doing? Alright, they are on Steam Vents, so probably Fair Breach might be my guess. Could also be Prowess. Lots of options for them. Ooh, so if we draw a land, we get to actually attempt to go for it. Okay, they also have Windswept Heath. Good to note. Alright, well, I'm just going to cast another Strike at Rich, say go. So we drew the Underworld Breach here, which is actually pretty critical. Since now if they ever randomly tap out, we get to do a lot of cool stuff. Even on one land. So if they get a bit greedy, there's oh no. Alright, so they're trying so oh okay. Probably domain then. So they're gonna cast a 2-drop? Or no? What are we playing? Alright, or are they gonna hold it up so their next turn they can do something? Alright. I'm gonna just sit here, do nothing. If we draw a land, I'm pretty excited. If not, all right. So now they get to hold up Leyline Binding. It's I think big thing. Oh, okay, or that. That is also a thing, or not. So I thought they were gonna like hold back last turn, like instead of tapping out, like so they could hold up the binding with all 5 up and big creature, which on a 2-drop, totally reasonable. But since that's the case, we are going to also draw Dragon's Rage Channeler and game. So at this point, we ritual. I should have channeler before the second ritual to get a bit more surveil value. So now, since we get to keep surveilling, we just get to find our grape shot when we can and win the game. Red green. Graveyard. Non-land. Strike it rich since it's a free spell. Alright, that can stay on top. Since I'm going to cast the Morphos here, the Wish on top, make 2 red. Also, cast the Underworld Breach. I can just start milling. If we hit Grape Shot, cool. If not, no big deal. Now everything has escaped, so we have to do whatever we want, really. So I'm just going to start casting a couple rituals, and then we will either Grape Shot from our library or sorry, from the graveyard or from our sideboard. All right, graveyard. So we've cast enough of those. So I'll just cast Wish since it doesn't have a timing restriction. So kind of nice there. So I can just forget about it for a minute. Storm count is at 12. Graveyard. Cool. Storm is 13. Storm 14. And then I'll just cast the Grave Shot from exile just to do it quickly here. Not trying to get too fancy. We are down on clock. And we even have a bunch of red floating, so we're not even... if for some reason we have to do it again, we can do it again. We'll click through here. And the opponent is dead. Which is quite nice. So we are going to get ready here for round 2. So we're up against, I'm assuming, 5-color Domain Zoo. We also saw Ragavan and that stuff. So I do like the Empty the Warrens. I think they're going to have some good graveyard hate. Bolt is good. Abundant Harvest is a bit slow. What are the 2 Besagus? So we're up to 17 lands. The Galvanic Relays are also a bit slow. So I'm on 2 of these. 2 Wish, and then 2 Relay, and then 2 Breach, since I think they're going to have a fair amount of graveyard hate. So that's kind of my one fear with against them, and since we don't really have time to cast cantrips much, the Abundant Harvest, like, the Veil of Summers is, like, you know, if we notice that game 2 and 3, they go real deep into counterspells, I'm down with that, but yeah, that's it there. Yeah, we will submit the deck. All right, hello and welcome everyone. So we are here for round 3 of the Modern Challenge. We are on the draw. Yeah, this hand. We have the Mishra's Bauble and Strike It Rich. I'm pretty fine with that. We also have a turn 2 Reckless Impulse, so we have like kind of a nice build up into maybe a turn 3 Relay, turn 4 Wish, that game plan, depending on what they do. Also could go faster, you know, and that's like not even counting like what we hit, so pretty interesting there. But yeah, like other than that though, like we still have like, you know, then openings to a breach line. You know, Chandler's great. Even any rituals are also really awesome. Thing of course. What are you gonna do, opponent? Dun dun dun. Alright. So they did mold a 6. So it doesn't really tell us anything. Hmm. Alright, they're thinking maybe they're also double queued up in the Pioneer as well. Totally reasonable. We'll see. Nope. Alright, Swamp. Basic Swamp, huh? Well, I will make sure to hold off on my bobble to their upkeep, since there's no reason to open myself up to discard, especially when they showed that. Maybe it's a turn to oh, whoops, got on their upkeep. That's fine. Nope. Turn to Bloodghast. Okay. That was not the turn 2 play I was thinking. Alright, Stitcher Supplier. Alright, they're a graveyard-based strategy. Alright, we drew our land, so that's really good for us. I think really what I want to do right now is just cast Reckless Impulse. Alright, we revealed Mountain and Pyretic, so that's not too bad. So next turn, I'm going to reevaluate, but we also have a land drop from that, and then we have our fourth land drop the turn after, which is really nice. So, not going to complain there. Let's see what type of graveyard shenanigans they have. Just general value. Okay, so Bombardment, Vengevine. Okay. I was just trying to see, like, how deep they were going with that stuff. Okay. Carrion Feeder. This is now bad for us. We take 6, go to 11. Hmm. So what do we do next turn? We draw an an Anarchomancer, they just die? Not Stomping Ground, though. So I think Stomping Ground's about the equivalent of Mountain, since we can't really shock it in next turn, since they're going to have 6, 7, 8. Might have 9. So since they aren't guaranteed to, we definitely do want to play. If we play Mountain here, then I can Pyretic Ritual, because this has to be played this turn anyway, so we might as well cast it. And then the question is, do we strike it rich? So then we'd have 6 mana in play and a Desperate in hand, so we could potentially go off with Underworld Breach next turn off of Wish, because we could wish for it. Because we also have a Desperate Ritual. Then the question is, do we have... Then we'd have, so 5 cards in yard. We go to 4 cards in our graveyard. Be 5, 6. So for Grape Shot. No, we wouldn't have enough with the Grape Shot. So I think I need to Galvanic Relay here. Much as it kind of sucks. Yep, we're going to Galvanic Relay for 2. We are kind of desperate to draw some good cards. Since they aren't going to have much interaction, I'm assuming, we probably can use the Anarchomancer if we hit one. We have the Wish, so we have like the payoff secured. Oh no, we don't have Underworld Breach on our board, sorry. Alright, we hit Abundant Harvest and that. So we made the right play. I didn't want to use the other Desperate Ritual just because I think that we'd want to cast it the next turn. Over like one more Galvanic Relay, but it might have been wrong there, because then I could have have one more floating, then we could have Flashback Strikers. Yeah, that would have been for 2 more, so that would have been a little bit better. Possibly, since I totally forgot about the not having Underworld Breach in the board, then using up the Desperate Ritual to find one in the main, going 2 deeper would have been good. And then we'd have the same amount of resources with Regular Rich, and we'd only need 4 mana, so be a little bit better. See what the opponent does. Okay. They didn't mill anything. Gravecrawler. That's a problem. Am I dead? Nope, not dead on board. So that's good for me. Yeah, draws here have been a little bit slow. Maybe it was correct to last turn, or no, I still think it was correct to Galvanic Relay. Could have also used, just since I had to ritual anyway, wish for Bolt on the Vengevine or something, or Carrion Feeder, just to be sure to buy a turn. But I don't think that was much of a winning line, and also that would use up kind of our payoff condition to a degree. All right. Yeah, we're dead. So now they can just sack to the carrion feeder 5, 9, 11. Yep. All right, GG's opponent. So we'll get ready here for game 2. So yeah, for games 2, like definitely want to empty the Warrens here. I think they're gonna have a fair amount of graveyard hate. I can board out 2 breaches, so I can just have those like Galvanic Relay. I think will also be good. Don't want to waste time on Abundant Harvest. Put in a couple of Besagers. They'll probably have some nonsense to interact on that level. I also think I might like the Lightning Bolts, or at least even a couple of them, just to be able to handle some random nonsense they might bring in, um, and just kind of like keep the clock kind of at bay. And also, like, like with their life total, like they have to fetch shock sometimes. So sometimes it's like, oh, okay, like have the bolt and with like double grape shot, just 5 mana end you, stuff like that. Not sure about the Veil of Summers. Like they're gonna bring in Thoughtseize, but I don't think we really want to fight on that axis. They're also not a counterspell based deck. So since they're not going to be dealing with counter spells, we don't have to be like, okay, well they're like, our stuff just can't resolve, and they don't have to hold up any mana or something. So I don't think that Veil's really where we want to be with that, since that'll also slow us down. And they show that they're a very explosive version of the deck. So since they showed the Goblin Bombardments, things like that, and Citrus Suppliers, so like they're definitely trying to be aggressive if they want to be. So something we should definitely be aware of. But even though they aren't the kind of turbo mill strategy, as it were. Yeah. On the 2 Underworld Breach, 2 Reckless Impulse, 3 Relay. Now we can wish for it. So we still have the 4 copies. We need it. In a sense. Gantha. Alright. We'll keep this hand. Turn 1 Dragon's Rage. Turn 2 Goblin and Archimancer. Probably turn 3 Wish Shenanigans. Cannot complain with that. Since and we even have the 3 land drops to kind of suffice. So a lot of stuff off the top is very good for us. We'll see what they do. All right, Champion of the Parish. They're more zombie based. Okay, good to know. Well, I'm actually going to shock in this Stomping Ground and cast Grape Shot, targeting their champion. Mainly because they might have a bit more removal if they're a bit more zombie based than with that. Or unless that's just some synergy. I'm just, it's like a 5th copy or 1 or 2 of. But this way also, if I draw like another Writ, say, and they say tap out, or just to remove my Dragon's Rage, I can Narcomancer, do wish stuff, maybe even win the game. Okay. That's fine. We will draw a land here. What do I want to do though? I don't think I want to wish for anything, because next turn I can win the game. I'm actually going to fetch, grab Mountain, pay 3, grab my Gigantha, put it into hand, just pass. Not attack, of course. Don't want to trade with Stitcher's Supplier. Here now they have to play some sort of sack outlet. Also, I don't really care if Dragon's Rage Channeler dies at the moment. That'd be unfortunate, of course, but now for this turn 3, turn 4, I can set up an Anarchomancer with Wish plus Underworld Breach. I'll take 3. What are you going to play, opponent? So this is a big turn. Let's see what they got. A lot of options. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Goblin Bombardment, that's fine. Sure. So they decided to kill Dragon's Rage, which makes total sense. Cool. So now what I'm going to do, so I do want to play this other fetch land as well. This puts more cards in my yard. We are at 8. We'll play an Archimancer. Then we have our Ritual, Wish. So now we've cast Wish, so I can cast Underworld Breach. Now we have to cast Ritual again. We only have 8 cards, so not great. Done. Or am I 1 card short here? I think I might be 1 card short, actually. Doing what I wanted to do. No, so yeah, we're a couple cards short, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to grape shot, but this way we don't have the ability to do really anything. Since they killed the Dragon's Rage. Funded that pretty badly. Could have counted. But I thought we had enough. To just wish here and go grab yeah, this is pretty bad. How do I fix this? I don't think there's a way to fix this, unfortunately. So do I guess we just wish. And yep. I'm just gonna wish. Or no, I shouldn't have wished there. I should have bobbled. That was wrong. Yep. Then we'll hit the Citrus Supplier, hit them for 6. Next turn, hope to do some stuff. So we'll try to salvage. I did punt this pretty hard, but I believe that it is fixable. Yeah, we should have the 1 other card in hand then. Cool. Yep. They milled a Vengevine, which is unfortunate, but they had the ability to sack at will anyway, so might as well get that off the board. Oh, they didn't even have another creature to play. That's cool. Green red. Yeah, Necromancer. Wow. All right, beatdown time. My 3-mana 5/5 coming at you, along with my 2 Anarcho Goblins. Are we going to do the thing? Oh, wow. Well, they'll gain 12 life, which sucks, but we do have a lot of damage in play. So that's actually something really intriguing as well. So We have a lot in play. They don't have a creature. Please don't have a play of any kind. Because they just like weathered the storm for a lot, which wasn't great, but us having Gigantha 2 and Archomancers means we have so many live draws in our deck. It's kind of insane. Um, so yeah, this game got exciting. All right, Reality Hemorrhage, you got it. No, it makes sense why they'd have that for red decks as well. But you know, got to do what you got to do. All right. That would have been handy to draw last turn. So I am going to cast it while they're tapped low. Since they haven't really demonstrated that they don't um, have more Weather the Storms in hand. I don't want them to. Oh, whoops. Have too much mana. Get to cast it again for more free value like that. Like if they hadn't been doing nothing really, be a little bit less thinking about that. But yeah, so that's not too bad. But the 2/1/1s, and it's like relevant to their life total. Like us being able to get in these points, you know, could matter. So pretty hyped about it. Let's see. Still no creatures. No creatures, opponent. Are we casting a Vengevine? We are. Okay. Interesting. So I think they're gonna block on my turn. Hope to try to kill me. Yeah, I think I have to risk it. And then just attack them with everything. Yeah. I'm just gonna attack them with everything. Um Hope they cannot kill me. They get 2 creatures, I'm pretty much just dead anyway, since I can always sack for the Goblin Bombardment. So if I attack here, they're gonna sack, deal 1 to something. They take 3, go to 7. Um, Now if they draw stone nothing as far as creatures, or they can ping me, that also works. Cool. So I'll just be dead to a lot of stuff. Like I'm just dead to Vengevine anyway, so that's why I didn't keep anything back. Since then they cast 2 creatures, they'd be able to ping both anyhow. So with the Goblin Bombardment, so it wasn't like keeping a blocker was really a concern here either. So one small thing, no creatures. Wow, if we get there on this is going to be hilarious. Yeah, we win. Wow, managed to salvage that. So there was basically if they only had 1 spell for Weather the Storm, they were exactly dead. Since I made the 2/1/1 goblins, since we were table attack for 9 from 6. Holy crap, that was epically awesome. So we salvaged. Time for game 3. Um, yeah, didn't really see much else. The 2 bolts are fine. Buy some time. Breaches were also great. They showed us Weather the Storm, which is important to note. I want another Underworld Breach. Like, they didn't show us any Graveyard Hate. Maybe they just skew it, so I can go with the 3 Breach. That might just be better. Yeah, I'm down with that. Then keeping in the 2 bolts just hopefully keep some stuff in line. And also sometimes you can randomly snag the turn 1 like Carrion Feeder, stuff like that, if they're forced to play it. Which can then make stuff awkward later since they don't have a sack outlet, so or it can't grow out of control, so you can kind of keep clock management. Sort of what you want. Huh. see what they do. They mulligan or do they keep? They keep with 7. I'm gonna mull this hand. It has 4 lands plus that. Dragon Rich. This I will keep though. Get rid of Grape Shot. So the Dragon's Rage Channelers here could be really helpful. So if I hit a Morphos in this sequence, could be great. Or a Striking Rich, since then I can cast second one on 2. Maybe get a nice empty on 3. Kind of going. Alright. What'd you hit, opponent? Oh, they hit a Vengevine and a Gravecrawler. That's really bad for me. Uh-oh. Well, I guess fetch shock, so I can just. So I'm gonna have to probably hit green at some point anyway. All right. Next turn, hope to hit. I guess ritual. Or just hope that they don't have a second land. That'd be great. No land? I'm okay with that. Since. Oh, okay, that's not good. Alright, Bloodghast. Oh, so they do have the land then. Do they? Well, they're pausing. Nope, they have land. It was just selection, yeah. So this is pretty bad since now they get back the Vengevine. So they can just start attacking us right away. They attack for 4. Now we're on kind of a clock. So we really need. Well, like Grape Shot would be good, but we're still a bit behind. So yeah, I'll take 5 here. Like, Abundant Harvest wouldn't be terrible, but land was not ideal. I am going to take 1 from it. Feels bad going to 11. They do have 5, 9 on board. But, you know, we do have the mountain in hand, also the ability to fetch 1 more if we need it. So I can get the 2 channelers down. Say go. Really, next turn, if we need to draw Breach or Bust. Also, Morphos into Breach would be great. So we can do that. Since we'll have the mana to do a Breach line. And we will be milling 2 each time, so we might even be able to do an Empty the Warrens type line. As long as they don't have something busted here. Or they can just have a Vengevine. That's also, like, being able to attack for lethal on 3 does help a lot. So they're paying a cost. If it's not a creature, we're good. If it's a creature, then we have to block with one of our Dragon's Rage, which then kind of really puts a damper on things for us. Yep. Yeah, since now we don't have the engine going, we don't have enough fuel in the yard to start to have an easy mode breach kill. We're not dead yet, though. We still have live outs. Yeah, well, we need to block one of these. Take 9, go to 2. See? Even have a. Oh no, we don't have the 3rd mountain in the deck, so can't fetch with that either way, but still have the mountain. Our turn. So, in order for our breach to work, we'd have to hit like Morphos into breach, I think, because we can mill. That'd give us maybe enough mill to do stuff. What are we casting? Let's just Okay, carrion feeder. That's fine. Huh. Well, that was not it. We have no card draw, so we are dead. So unfortunate there, but that was a cool match there. We had with game two. Also here with game three, you know, if we ever hit um anything to really keep going, we're in halfway decent shape. But actually, well, yeah, we can make 6 blockers, which is enough to live, but nah, we are just dead. So thanks a bunch for tuning in here, everyone, and see you for the next round. All right, everyone. So our opponent's here. All right. Yeah. Bad shock. On land. All right. Morphos, your turn. What are they doing? Okay. They just Murktide? I'll cast my Bobble then. See what I have on top. I want this card. Okay. I don't mind drawing that. So, huh. I'm actually going to Morphos into Relay. I think that's the best play here before they can okay, so they are living in. Even better to note. Cool. Yeah. So if this is the case, I definitely want to then I guess Morphos again. The extra storm. Galvanic for 5. Not bad. So we hit a Strike Rich and a land and a Morphos. So we do need to hit a ritual for the Underworld Breach. We do have the ability in our hand though to do some stuff, so we're not dead in the water at all. If their plan is just to produce a bunch of power on turn 3 with Charles Agent or something, and Living End. All right. Well, as we'll play what's removed. Yes, I will pay 2 life. So we will first Morphos. What is this? Bigger waves? Got it. So if they're going to do that first, probably just to see if there's a force negation. They might want to force this. That's fine if they do. Don't really care. All right. I guess green red, sure. Do I want to do anything this turn? I think I actually just want to cast Strike It Rich, cast another Relay. Since I have Abundant Harvest here, but what is this? Yeah. So if they counter this, I don't think I really care. Not that big of a deal. At least not yet. Like we might just die though, because then they'll have lethal in play the next turn if they wanna do something. But gonna cast Strike and Rich here. Yep. So then I can just cast 3. Cast Relay. I have an Underworld Breach in hand, but I need to hit some other stuff. Cool. We hit the Dragon's Rage, so we should be good to go. As long as they don't have force negation. Cardless agent. And no force negation, and we're in good shape. Uh-oh. Well, this could be Violent Outburst. That doesn't change anything. Luckily. Since, creatures don't have haste. Alright. Underworld Breach? What's this? Cycle? Alright. Don't have it. Uh-oh. Wicker Waves, okay. We might be getting there. Are we getting there? No whammies? Nope. Alright, well, kind of sucks there now that we also have a Wish gone, but we do have a Wish in hand. I'm going to get to Abundant Harvest here for non-land. I can go to Graveyard. Alright, Strike and Rich wasn't terrible. So we still have a couple turns. We have a Dragon's Rage in the yard, so kind of nice with the Channeler as well. So if we're able to randomly mill an Archomancer, that'd be nice too. Uh-oh. Now it's not as great because they have Grief. So if they're able to... Living in this turn is really bad for me. This would be kind of game over, in a sense. Yeah. Since they get to take both our business spells. If we draw the third breach, or one of the other two breaches, that'd be sweet. Alrighty. What do you choose, an opponent? What are you choosing? So, not really sure what they'll want. Like, it's either Wish or Reckless. Probably Wish. Reckless, of course, just being like kind of a random draw. Okay. Shocked in. That's a bit scary. What's this? An outburst? Okay. So they will just do their thing. And on our turn, we just have to draw, yeah, so we have to draw, like, a rebuy or, oh, wow, they let us have Impulse? Okay. It gives us, all right, and we'll draw Underworld Breach, because we're just that good. Sweet. That was epically awesome. Now we get to kill the opponent. If they have the Force Negation and a blue card, then we're dead, but otherwise they are dead. Alright. Ritual. So cast Ritual. Always yield to this. I can go to the graveyard. There we go. Yeah, we'll be able to do this a couple times. Then we'll get Storm Count up high enough and Grape Shot the opponent a few times. There's all our rituals. Good deal. 5 and 6, so we just need a bit more. Storm here. Cool. Exile 3, boop. Mill something, yeah. Opponent is big dead. And now Storm is 7. How lucky. Almost like we planned it. And you're dead. Cool. All right, so we are up against the living end. Against them, Veil Summer is kind of big. They also have both ley lines, white and black. So important for us to remember there. So I do like shaving a couple breaches. Awesome as breach was there that game. Funded Harvest is also kind of awkward. Shaving down there. Then yeah, kind of calling it a day with that. The 3 galvanic relays are still pretty nice. So everything being removed from the game is definitely kind of a nice safe haven. So kind of a cool thing there with that as well. All right, here we are for game 2. Centaur Companion. All right, this hand's fine. Probably do some good stuff on turn 2 or 3. See what they do. They kept 7, so a bit scary. And no ley lines. So something to always keep in mind. Oh, turn 1 grief. Sure. Yeah, that's always really bad for us. So they'll take our Galvanic here, I think. Either Galvanic or Morphos, probably. The other 2 are whatever. Like, I could see a Strike and Rich, possibly. Depending on what they have, but... Okay, yeah, no, that makes... if they just don't want us to accelerate if they have kind of a very clear-cut game plan that involves, like, grief really hurting us. Could be a thing. All right. Well, I'm gonna bobble. See if I want it. Okay. Do not want that. So fetch. Your turn, opponent. So yeah, I could have done that a little cleaner on their turn. Play the fetch line since like I have the 2 fetches, so I'd probably want to be fetching anyway. Well, no, just because then I'd want to draw it by my turn. So I don't think they'll have a second grief, and if they do, that's okay. It's not just like kind of the get wrecked by random Thoughtseize, since they do have to 2 for 1 themselves. All right, Grape Shot's not terrible. We do have a lot of win cons at the moment. All right, so I guess they're just kind of struggling with land. Yep, or not. Or no, they did that upkeep. Gotcha. So they have that. So then if on turn 3 they get to cast Living End, I think we're just dead. Most likely. Yeah, Strike and Rich. Arid Mesa, your turn, opponent. Are we just dead? Might just be dead, though. Depends if they want to fetch. If they... Okay, like so they're in search of land. They're correct there. Makes sense. All right, so we're not getting got. All right, next turn we're getting got. So the key here is what do we do this turn to maximize. So if we draw an Archomancer, I think we can just win. I lied. Was not expecting grief. Yeah. What did they exile? Architects. Let's see what they take. Really depends here. So if they don't have the Cascade spell yet, then we're still feeling okay. But if so, then I am not feeling great. All right, they took Wish. That was a good call. Yep. So I'll just fetch in a tapped land here. F6 to the turn. They know what my hand is anyway. Well, that sucks. So I think, yeah, my best play here is just to hope to. So I could strike it rich there, but I think it's actually my best play is here is to galvanic a few times. So here, if I hit a underworld breach, we can do stuff, and if not, we just get to do this. What did I exile? Because these are also immune from the grief, so in case they only have Shardless Agent on their turn, so they can't draw step grief me with their living end. Pretty important as well. Just trying to maximally play around what we can. Alrighty, in combat. Alright. My upkeep, draw step. Oh, okay. They just let me have the turn? Oh, wow. I mean, if I get to do stuff, I'm gonna do stuff. Let's cast this. Like, they're letting me cast these two. Like, do they have Violent Outburst? They have Violent Outburst. Okay, I'll concede to that. That is a winning line, since I'll have enough power on the board to get me, in addition to taking everything out of my hand. I don't have any creatures coming back. Alright, game 3. Not upset about that at all. So yeah, maybe shape one of those. Keep in that. Just have to go with the speed. So shave and go. Here we are. Let's see if we can bounce back here in game 3. All right, so we are on the play for game 3 here. Alpha. I'm gonna try this opener. Like, I know it's kind of greedy, but Dragon's Rage. If we hit on turns 2 or 3, I think we're okay. And if we miss, like, as long as we hit like castables, that might be the big greed here. I'm thinking that I almost want to go up with this, like the 16 and also like 3 to 4 bobbles. But yeah, I definitely kept a greedy one here, and this is again because it's living end. We don't really have much along the line of options. And this is really good versus, say, if they kept a leyline draw as well. All right, no way to interact. Oh, crap. So, yeah, now we're in bad shape. Unfortunate. So, kind of a bad dealio there, but is what it is. Yeah, so next turn the idea is to get a land. Land. Close. Beggarage. So if on turn 3 they just put stuff into play and say go, I might be able to just win the game if we draw land for a Narcomancer. Since that one can just we can just go ham with the breach. We have the 4 mana available. Okay. All right. This is the big turn. Cool. But yeah, we no longer have Dragon's Rage Channeler. They have all of the flying. And that. All right. That was terrible. We have a chance though. They don't have force of negation. Oh well, never mind. We don't have a chance, so we're dead. Our chance there was if they had nothing, we could do that, and then if the top card of our library was a land or a ritual of some kind, we could an Archomancer do the Underworld Breach sequence since we'd hit up to the minimum of 4 needed. Yep, we would have hit the Morphos, so we could have cast the Anarchomancer and gone off. So still had a backwards chance there. So pretty awesome. I know this wasn't the most successful run for the deck. But again, thanks so much for tuning in here, everyone. And yeah, and take care. Peace.